Maverick 100.9, Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss, and I get to chat with Bri Bagwell. Hey, girl.
Hello, my dear.
Now, we were just talking. This was super weird when I realized this is kind of my first interview with you besides my syndicated show with James Cook. I've never talked to you about music before, which seems a little odd.
Yeah, it seems strange. I'm like, what? We've never done this before. I guess, we're just used to like being friends and hanging. We forget to do work
Yeah.
sometimes.
We usually forget photos. That's always a thing. Like,
Yeah. Oh, we always forget
get one
photos.
at TRRR. And at the award show, you even turned me into a punchline that I have still not lived down. So thank you for that. I think there is a hashtag cry like Corliss.
Well, I know. And I was like, I meant that as a total compliment. I hope that didn't turn into like something negative.
No, it didn't. It was everybody just had a really good time laughing at it. Myself included. I'm listening to your speech and I'm like, what? Oh, God.
I love it. Well, then I was like, I forgot to like thank Dave ever. And he was like, I was like, Dave, I'm so sorry. I forgot to thank you in my speech. He's like, you even put Corliss in there, but you didn't put me. And I was like, whoops, I'm so sorry. But so I got in trouble too, but I wasn't expecting it. So
just me.
No, I wasn't prepared because I didn't know, I was totally shocked.
I was too. And like I got a talking to about my speech. So apparently I am now supposed to, I have to write speeches, whether I win awards or not, or whether I think I'm going to win them or not.
I thought you were great, but I was also having the best time. Like I got there and they sat me and Paul it was me, Paul, Sundance Head, Ariel Hutchins, Will Clark Green, and Aaron Watson. So we were like at the table, just like having the best time. And I'm like, and so I thought I was like, yeah, that's my girl. Like I thought you were great, but I'm probably the wrong person to ask.
I think me and Bri are just always going to root for each other no matter what. Speaking of, just going to add this one in here too, since we're speaking on award shows. You can vote for Bri Bagwell in the Texas Country Music Association. I always have a rough time trying to get all of those. It's TCMAs. You can find the link on our Facebook page because Maverick has been nominated as Radio Station of the Year again, which Bri Bagwell announced for us last year.
I remember that. And I was so excited. And then I got, speaking of getting in trouble, I got in trouble for that because I was so excited you won. But I'm not supposed to play.
Oh, that's right. They caught you in the microphone going, oh my God.
Yeah. That's my girl. I was like, whoops. I got to be more careful too.
Oops. So this is the pretty much anytime Bri Bagwell and I are in a room together, we're going to get in trouble for something. That's
right.
Not ever gonna stop. We're gonna be 80 years old and still getting in trouble.
I'm fine with it. Like everyone else is just gonna have to learn. We aren't gonna change.
And who would want us to?
That's right.
Of it.
Exactly.
Well, other than just fabulous award shows and all of your talents being recognized, you have hit us with a brand new single called Heroes, which I specifically have not listened to yet because I want to be surprised by it. So I want you to tell me what this one's about and just hit me with all the feels.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I write a song as part of a songwriting group and you get like a word or a phrase. I'm sure you're like familiar with that and you have to write a song about it by yourself. And I was like really stuck on this phrase. I was supposed to write a song about MIA and I couldn't think of anything. And I was like booking flights on Southwest and MIA was the code for Miami. And then I thought of Miami. Then I thought of Keith Whitley. And then I thought of all my friends like Jody Booth and Josh Ward. And we used to sit around and play Keith Whitley and Merle Haggard. And we would like, try to out Haggard each other. And so then I just started singing this song about, our heroes being each other's heroes. And then it kind of morphed into a love song. which is, not my typical MO there. So it's exciting. Yes. So it's actually a song that fell out in like 20 minutes, which doesn't happen very often. And I really didn't change it at all from writing until recording. So that it just was kind of a magical song for me. So it's my first new single out that wasn't a Christmas song in like 3 years,
Right.
which is too long. I know, but
I didn't anything.
I know everyone else has said something. And I'm like, listen, if I had, it just gets complicated when you're putting out music, and I had kind of a label deal and then COVID, and it was just crazy. So yeah, new music finally is here.
I love it. And we're going to debut it for all of you here. And now I finally get to hear it. It's Bri Bagwell in Heroes on Maverick 100.9.
Asked you to play me Miami, Miami. I found you love Whitley as much as I do. You gave me your Martin, I played Dolly Parton, and tried to show I knew more Haggard than you. We had a connection, but your vinyl collection was a needle straight to my heart. Sewn up broken pieces with old masterpieces. Our love is a true love of art. And you love Waylon and Perry and Willie and Redding, Loretta, Etta and Johnny and June. Oh boy, I fell for you, 'cause your heroes are my heroes too. Disagreements, old Johnny Rodriguez softens the tension, and we tend to smile when you turn on some rare price and turn off all the lights. We head for the bedroom and love for a while. There's daydreams and night things, and Tammy Wynette sings, stand by the man that you love. Those 45s are as rare and classic as us. And you love Waylon and Perry and Willie and Redding, Loretta, Etta and Johnny and June. Oh boy, I fell for you, 'cause your heroes are my heroes too.
Maverick 100.9. You just heard Bri Bagwell, her latest Heroes. And I've got Bri on with me now, which I always look at you as one of my heroes. We were speaking on musical influences, stuff like that. But whenever I see you, whether it's in person or just getting to chat with you in general, you have such a positivity about you mixed with a don't care attitude that I aspire to be. Maybe that's why we get in so much trouble when we're together. Maybe we're just enabling each other, but I kind of want to know, is there a hero that made you that way? that gave you kind of that tough skin and that I'm going to be who I actually am thing? Or did all that just develop naturally?
Wow. I love that you said that. I'm like, that kind of hopefully is me, but it's maybe me now, but it was, and I've been doing this for 15 years. So you kind of like learn and change and grow.
And I've only known you for, I don't know, 4 of it. I think I met you when I was still in Stillwater, Oklahoma. So I'm sure there was a lot of influences that pushed you to the girl that I met.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, I am sensitive. I'm a songwriter, but also like the tough skin thing, it's just, you can't take everything personally. Like social media is so hard. But I will say, like, I've always, like, I saw Miranda, my mom came in and pulled me out of my room. She's like, you got to see this girl. And it was Miranda Lambert's Kerosene video. Yeah. And I was like, I want to do that. Like,
I did too.
Oh man. I was like that, because there hadn't really been somebody like that where it's like, it's okay to be, freaking a little tough and like sing songs real raw and honest and with some rockin' guitars. And so I just loved that. And fortunately, like Miranda's parents are in Texas and they're always out at shows and stuff. So we've gotten to meet them. And anytime I'm like, here's what people are saying on social media, it's so terrible. And she'll tell me kind of the things that Miranda's been through and like how she dealt with them. So I kind of, maybe just get spoiled in a sense where I'm like, okay, I'm not the only person going through this. And like my hero has been through this as well. And she's gotten through it. And it doesn't mean it's not hurtful. It doesn't mean it doesn't affect you, but, perseverance and just putting on the best show possible and making the best music possible and just focusing maybe on what's important. And that's what I try to do every day. I'm not saying I succeed every day,
no,
but I try.
I don't either. And I think there was something about 2020 that gave me a huge confidence boost. It may have been TikTok. I found myself on TikTok and
amazing.
I'm learning to love myself and learning to love my body and loving the fact that I wake up every day, because sometimes that doesn't happen. And as raw and kind of down as that may sound, to anybody who's listening, especially girls, especially young girls, it really is a matter of fact. I don't know who brainwashed you, but you really can do anything you want to do, and you should really be thankful for your life. And it's okay to talk about that. Did any of that make sense, or did I just ramble?
No, you were great, and I love that. And it is like the expectation. I don't know why we have it. And especially being on the road all the time, someone's like, she might show up looking like a princess and she might show up looking homeless. Like, you just never know. And it's like, well, dudes really have like the ability, like they have the luxury of just like Paul will joke, he'll like take off his baseball cap and put on his like nice hat and he'll be like, okay, I'm ready. And we laugh because it's like, with me, it's like hair, makeup, the other day I was just trying to find a place to curl my hair in an outlet and it's like, and it's some of it, I like to feel a certain way when I go on stage, but some of it is also like maybe societal pressure that we don't, if I want to put my hair in a bun and not wear makeup because it's 1,000 degrees, like maybe that should be okay too. So, but it's definitely like, we have to change our minds. And sometimes like, I find like insecure, men or women, maybe it goes both ways, but they tend to like point out your flaws to make you feel insecure, to make themselves feel better.
Right.
And, so just recognizing that, that's like a trick that someone does.
A lot of it we do subconsciously. Like I'm going to a festival this weekend, and I've been to quite a few festivals this year. In every single one of them, I have worked my butt off to put makeup on for. And when I was talking outfits with a friend, because it's going to be hot, and I'm like, do I even have anything skimpy enough to get me through this weather? And in my head, I'm like, well, I should definitely not wear makeup this time. And then on the other spectrum of it, I'm like, oh, but I'm going to see artists and I'm going to take a picture with them. I should have makeup on. Well, how good is that going to look if you've sweated all off? And I have been in this fight in my head about makeup.
I know. And we like luckily have like good men who like, Paul, thinks I'm pretty without it. And it's like I know it's like we're slowly changing